What is up, fellow tech lovers of YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at the Acer Aspire 1, which I believe is the best value for money laptop I have ever taken a look at, and this thing actually is pretty good for its low price point. We're going to get into specs, review, pretty much everything. Been using it for a few days now, and I definitely feel more than comfortable to make this review. Alright, before we actually get into looking at this thing and doing the rest of this video, I want to first talk about what a recertified product actually is. A recertified product is not used, it's not broken, it's something that had a factory defect and was sent back to be repaired. The manufacturer then takes a good look at it, makes sure everything is working, replaces whatever needs to be replaced, and ships it back out. In my case, this one was actually a brand new product that was damaged, so it looked essentially new. It probably just had a problem when the first user received it and they had to send it back, and it was fixed and then given to me. So why would anyone want to buy a recertified product over a new product then? Well, this thing new is about $210 I believe you can find it for, and recertified I got it for $160. If it doesn't have any problems and shows no signs of wear or damage, I literally just saved a quarter of the price for doing nothing. Alright, that's enough preface. Let's get into the actual part of this video. Talk to you guys in a bit.
Let's start by talking about specs, since that's where this laptop really shines for its price. Our processor is an Intel Celeron N3450. Although it's a Celeron, this is a 4-core, 4-threaded one, so it's quite a bit better than the processors you would see in competitors. If you don't know much about computers, 2 cores makes a massive difference. Because it's running this processor, the screen is also a step up from competitors as well. While most laptops around $200 run a 720p screen, this one has a little more horsepower, so it's able to power a full HD 1080p screen that they crammed onto this little beast. The last internal part that's a highlight as well is the 4GB of RAM, since some of these super cheap laptops like to skim and only try 2 gigs. 4 gigs is a sweet spot for a budget machine. Now that you've heard how crazy the internals on this thing are, let's talk a bit about build quality. The first thing I always like to check on a new laptop is its hinge. The hinge on this is extremely tight, almost too much so, but it feels very secure and it goes all the way 180 down to lie flat on a table, which is pretty neat. Another very important piece would be the charger to a laptop. The head on this charger is a little different, where it's a brick shape rather than just a simple plug, but it feels really secure when it's in, and I kind of have come to like it a lot in the last few days. Another very, very important piece is the keyboard. The keyboard on this is quite a bit better than the HP Stream I had previously, and I really have come to like it in the short time I've had it. 14 inches for a laptop is a perfect size to put a pretty decent keyboard, and the keys are not too mushy, not exactly firm, but definitely not too mushy. Now let's talk a bit more about that screen. Although it's a 1080p screen, it's not a very high-class panel. It's something that's very cheap, but being 1080p, it still looks very good from a head-forward view of the laptop. From the sides or from an awkward angle, you might get some heavy glare, but its color accuracy is okay, and everything about it's just pretty much okay. For $160, I wouldn't expect anything better than okay. And with this thing, you're actually getting a whole lot more than okay comparing it to its competitors. And that's really the last thing I want to hit on with this machine. What you're getting is not something absolutely insane. You can go pay $400 to $500 for a laptop with an i5, an SSD, and very fantastic specs. But this thing, you're paying a third of the price for something that can do all of that without falling behind too much. The 32GB of storage can end up being a pain in the ass, but if you're okay with using a flash drive or an SD card, since this does have an SD card reader, it's going to be fine. All in all, you are getting a fantastic machine for the price, and for any college student, high school student even, anyone who's looking to get a laptop, especially for a kid even, this would be a fantastic choice to give them something you're not too worried about breaking, and something that's going to be more than what they could ever need.
Thank you so much for sticking around this long in the video. I want to ask you guys something because YouTube has recently changed their monetization where I need 1,000 subs now, and I believe it's 40,000 hours of watch time to start making money. And I had like $50 just from YouTube on my account so I don't know if I'll ever see that since you need 100 to get paid out. But I want to ask you guys, if you do enjoy the content, please sub. Please, I can't ask you to watch the whole video, but just leave that subscription. Getting to 1,000 would be a huge goal for me, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys think my content's good. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and see you later.